Today I'm going to be doing a library of looks on the Revealed Matte Palette from Coastal Scents. First, let me tell you a little bit about this series. I've already posted one video that I called Library of Looks. It was just a day tonight on the Ulta 12-piece gift because I really liked the colors in the palettes, in the eye and face palette. Basically, I was inspired by Emily Noel and Victoria from Biohazardous Beauty. Emily Noel started the Singles Cruise videos where she took single eyeshadows in different bags and pulled one from each bag, made a look, and did a different one each day. And Victoria from Biohazardous Beauty took that idea, changed it up just a little bit, and she's done quite a few of those, and I really love those videos from her. And she also does pick a palette videos, so I kind of combined the two together. So instead of using singles, I picked a palette, and I'm gonna do multiple looks from that palette. So hence the Library of Looks name. If you like these types of videos and if you're new here, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and let's get into the first look. Okay, so I kind of screwed this one up. I thought I was filming the whole time I was doing the demo for this look, but I wasn't. So I'm just going to talk through this first one. It's relatively simple. So the first thing I did was took this orange rusty color on a shader brush, applied it to my eyelid, and this small smudgy brush underneath as well. Next, I took a fluffy brush and light beigey brown color here and fluffed it lightly. You can see kind of like as a transition color, fluffed it lightly into the crease. And again with the same smudger brush underneath the rusty color. And then with the same brush, I took this taupe color here and I relaxed my eyes first and kind of even leveled up the top of like the hooded part of my eye and kind of pulled that out a little bit and then relaxed and pulled it into the rest of the crease. So it doesn't come up very far above the eye, but it does create a little bit of a shadow out here. And again, took that small smudger brush and just packed a little bit of it in the corner to get some depth at the very end. Then I took this push liner brush and this chocolate color and just did my push liner, you know, just press it into the lash line, wiggle a little bit and move all the way along. And then I just added one line of it right here. And my favorite brow bone brush, took this and just went right underneath my eyebrows and a little bit under here to clean up any edges that went a little bit too low. And then I took this bright color here with this little smoky brush and added it to the inner corner of my eye. So really simple. I decided to not fill in my brows today. For the rest of the face, I have some contour, bronzer, and highlight. My lip color is Shimmy from ColourPop, and I just threw on some mascara. And that is it. That is the first look from the Revealed Matte Palette. And I'll be back tomorrow with the next one. Okay guys, so I did it again. I'm sorry. Didn't press record and was totally doing the demo for this. But this is just the first half, kind of like the base of the eye look for today. So what I did was took the 5th color here with a shader brush and applied it to my eyelid. Took a fluffy brush with the 6th color, it's a little bit cooler toned, and fluffed that into my crease. My favorite brow bone brush here, the 3rd color, it's maybe half a shade lighter than my skin, and I kind of use that to shape the blending. And this little smoky brush I took on the 2nd color, it's a nice brightening color, and applied it onto the inner corner of my eye. The second half of this I'm probably going to be demoing it, just because we're dealing with winged liner. Okay, so from here, now that the base of the eyes is done, I'm going to take this little smudger brush into the black and just press it into the lower lash line. And because my eyes are hooded and downturned, there's a little empty space in between the fold of my eyelid and my lower lash line, so I'm gonna, and it's really hard to get to, so I'm gonna take a little lip brush and fill that in at the edge. And then I'm gonna take this flat push brush into this gray shadow and just stamp it in once and kind of create a guide for the wing. So I'm just lining that up where I want it and stamping it down. And I'm not happy with that placement, so you can see that gray color is easy to just kind of swipe away and try again. And then once I'm happy with the placement, I'm gonna take that same push brush into the black and stamp it right on top. So now we have the base of the wing here, and I'm going to take this super fine angled brush here, kind of clean it up and connect it. And then I'm going to clean off that little stubby smudger brush again and put it into this really deep brown color and just kind of push it right into the lash line along my top eyelid. And I'm going to kind of blend it into the wing just a little bit there. And clean up anything I need to with some concealer. And that is it. That is the finished look. If I'm doing a winged eyeliner, it's really difficult for me because of the shape of my eyes, especially if I'm planning on having any lower eyeliner at all. I tend to connect my wing to the lower lash line eyeliner instead of the upper, because it tends to just make a better shape for my eyes because they're so downturned, so hooded, especially because one is much more hooded than the other. It helps to even it out a little bit. And that is it for this look. I like doing wings with shadow instead of liner, especially, like I said, because I have trouble with my eye shape. Getting them down, it's a little bit easier to, it's a little bit more forgiving. Okay, and so that's it for this one, and I will be back tomorrow with another look. Okay, so for this third look, we're going to be using the tape method. So I've already got that placed here. And this one's just going to be a lot of blending, so I'm going in with a fluffy crease brush with the 4th shade on the top row and just blending that high up into the crease, using it as a transition shade. And we're going into this taupey color, the 7th one on the top, and I'm using that to deepen the crease a little bit, so I'm not going up quite as high. And taking that same fluffy brush in the 4th shade on the bottom, a warm medium toned brown, I'm going into the crease with this as well and kind of blending over that taupe shade to add some warmth. And I'm going into this chocolate shade, the next one over, with the fluffy brush and going onto the eyelid. Taking this flat shader brush, I'm going in with this very dark charcoal brown color here all the way at the end, blending that close to the lash line and up close to the tape. Without adding anything onto the brush, I'm blending it over towards the center of the eye to kind of smoke that edge out there and blend it out a little bit. And taking some more of that chocolate shade to help blend that out as well. And then taking this flat smudger brush and in with that dark charcoal brown shade, going along the lower lash line. Densely packed brush here and going in with the 3rd shade over on the top row and putting that on my brow bone to kind of help blend out the top of that a little bit. After adding some mascara, that is it for this look. Okay, so this look is going to be a little different, but super simple as well. So first we're dipping into this burgundy brown shade here at the end and just putting that straight onto the eyelid, medium tone maroon color, and fluffing that into the crease, focusing on the inner part of the crease and kind of going with the downward slope of the eye instead of upward like normal. And then I'm grabbing this dark purple here and smudging it underneath the eyes and extending it out, connecting it a little bit to the top, and taking that same color and coming down from the tear duct towards the nose. And then I'm taking this pale pinky highlight color and I'm just putting that on the brow bone and kind of making sure to buff it down towards the outside of the eye to kind of keep that downward sloped look. So this look is a little different because we're working with the downward slope of the eye. Especially for people with downturned eyes or hooded eyes, this is something that you can try to see if that works well for you, because I think it tends to work pretty nicely with this type of eye shape. And that's really it for this look. Okay, so I screwed it up again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and walk you through what I did. I turned the camera on and didn't press record and thought I was recording the whole thing. For what, the third time? Is this the third time this has happened? But these aren't meant really to be tutorials anyway, just more of demonstrations and ideas and examples of how you can go about using these palettes to get different looks. The first thing I did is took this mauve, dusty mauve shade here on a flat shader brush and dusted it all over my eyelid. And I took a fluffy brush into this more taupey color right next to it and dusted that into the crease. And I took my favorite brow bone highlight color into this bright pinky neutral color and just put that right on the brow bone, and then just fluffed it down a little bit around here to kind of clean up any edges where I blended up too high. And I took this more yellowy neutral color and added that right here into the inner corner. And I took this little smudger brush into this color here. It's like a lighter neutral cool tones brown taupe color, and just smudged that under my lash line, and took my pencil brush again and just dotted it into this deeper taupey mauve color here and just added that closer to the bottom lash line. I took this flat smudger brush, I wet it a little bit, and so I don't mess up the whole shadow, I just go right into the top, pressed that in and picked up some of this neutral gray color and sort of used it as a liner. Pull down my lashes so you can see. So I just kind of pressed it into my upper lash line. So it's not a super sharp line, but it's not as diffused as it would be if it were dry. That is what I have for today. It's a neutral, simple, everyday look. I've got one more look to show, so I will be back with that one tomorrow. So this is a theme with this video. Apparently I don't know how to hit the record button. First thing I did was took this mauve taupe color and fluffed it way high. You can see I have like a harsh line right there. I'm gonna fix that later. Fluffed it way up into the crease. And then I took this more neutral taupe color and focused it more into the socket area right here. Then I took a shader brush and tapped from this brown to this gray and went all over the eyelid up to about here. And then I tapped back and forth from this dark, that's like charcoal brown to this chocolate brown. And I applied that closer, like in the lower half of the lid. And that's where I am so far. I'm taking that first color and just fluffing it underneath my eye. Cleaning off that shader brush and a color switch and going into that neutral taupe color and just going closer to the eye. And then I'm taking this little lip brush in the chocolate brown color just to add a little bit of warmth. And I'm taking this smudgy brush, this little flat smudger brush, into the black, and I'm just going to press that into my upper and lower lash line. Right, and I'm gonna go back in with this mauve color and just blend. And I'm just going to take that brush and do a little bit of blending here. I'm going to take this, matches my skin tone. I don't want to do a super bright brow bone. And I'm just going right underneath the brow. And that helps to correct the shape here. I just added some mascara to my upper and lower lashes and some liner to my upper and lower waterline, and that completes this lipstick. That completes this super smoky blown out look here, and this will be the last look for this series. And I do want to apologize for the different formats throughout this whole thing. I swear I will get my stuff together. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you subscribe if you're new here. Please leave me a comment and a thumbs up. I will definitely reply. I love responding. All of my social media links are listed down below. These types of videos aren't really meant to be a super detailed tutorial. It's more of to give you an idea of different ways to use these palettes. So they're more demos and examples. So also, if you have a preference of me talking through it, or doing the voiceover type portion, please let me know. I'm definitely open to suggestions. And yeah, that's all for now. The next library of looks that we will be doing will be the Metal Matte palette from Kat Von D. And that is all for today, so thank you again for watching, and until next time.